are back. I'm your host, Barry Waxler, here with my co-hosts Andrea Kay and Al Arias. And we have our first guest of the day, Mr. Tim Podraza from Prava Construction. Welcome, Tim.
Thanks.
Great. So let's start out. I understand that there's something more to the name than just the name itself. Tell us, what is Prava Construction? What does Prava mean?
Prava is the truth in construction. Our owner, Glenn Torres, built a company on his own family values of integrity, hard work, and just good old-fashioned energy and effort. The way he raised his family is the way he wants the company to go.
Raise the family, raise the company.
Yep.
That's
and so Prava is the truth in construction.
Because there's a lot of less than truthful players out there.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I'm not going to say it that way. But in learning about our company myself, it's all about quality. It's all about doing things the right way. In every construction project, there's issues, and it's how you resolve them and how you make the customer feel good about what they receive, and we put the money where it belongs.
Mm-hmm.
We don't always want to take a loss, but sometimes we have to take a loss to make it right.
Interesting. Well, tell us what kind of projects you work on. Give us some examples and what have you.
We're very diverse. If you've been to what I like to say is we do design build, tenant improvements, and ground up construction.
Okay.
So we build what you don't have, and we improve what you do have. So if you're doing a remodel, we'll do it. If you want to build a brand new facility, we'll do that too. If you've been to Terminal 2 at the airport, they did a brand new, it's really nice there. It's been remodeled. It looks kind of like a mall in there. Well, if you've been to the Stone Brewing, there, it's right in the middle.
Right.
We did that. That's our quality. The Phil's Barbecue there, further down the terminal, we did that too. We're kind of in those two examples, there's beer involved in both those facilities.
So how do you get your work done?
Well, so we've tied in and started Glenn's a visionary.
Right.
He doesn't just do things just for himself or for his company. He helps other small companies. He's heavily involved with the Chamber of Commerce in North County and here downtown in San Diego. He started a beer social networking group, and we get together at local breweries and invite, construction people,
architects,
developers, brokers.
Mostly industry-wide, or do you bring outside the industry?
Well, so we're starting to get sponsors. We're having so much of this happen now that we're kind of trying to tailor the get-together for the sponsor. So if the sponsor wants to have a certain type of customer there, we want to go there.
Okay, well, now I know when I go out on my tours for all the companies, now I know where I'm going for Prava. So you make sure you keep me in the loop on those beer socials, okay?
You will get an invite to everyone. It'll be good.
I gave him a card.
I gave him a stack of cards. So you've been doing a lot of work down at the airport. Tell me about the family health centers that you've been working on.
So, we're doing remodels there, both in Grossmont and in City Heights has a couple of facilities. Any company that has remodeling or that needs work, we want to be involved. Our quality speaks for itself, and that's in the healthcare.
So you can
industry.
do different types of tenant improvements or construction in the medical industry as well, or because I'm seeing family health care, and I was just out the other day with one of my clients that's looking to acquire some assisted living facilities, and one of the ones they're looking at is basically a tear down and rebuild.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. Demolition, we're big involved in that too, and then once you demolish it, you got to build it back up.
Your job can't be very easy. I know, for example, in this building, this Bank of America building downtown San Diego, there's only certain contractors that can do work in the building. So your job would be, how do I get in, right?
Yeah, how do we get involved?
How do you get in?
Well, it's getting to meet the people, find out to become on the preferred list. Each company has requirements that they have, and
Invite them to come drink some beer with you.
well, that can be a start.
That's
Yeah.
one way. That's one way.
But
That's
bottom,
Andrea's way.
but bottom line is they got to see our quality and see our attention to detail, and make sure that what we're doing is what they want. We've done work here at the SDG&E building just across the street or near here, and remodeled 19 of their 21 floors back a few years ago.
Wow.
So everybody's changing. You're either growing a company or you're reducing. You're looking at new facilities or want to consolidate the ones you have, and so it all requires construction.
So Prava Construction has a great reputation and a great history. How did Glenn grow this company to where it is today? Do you know a lot of the background with that?
A little bit. He started out working for another company, and then that's how he was doing some work with SDG&E. And SDG&E says, "Hey, we want you, Glenn, to do the work, whether it be with your own business or with the company you're in." And he decided to do it himself, and then it just dovetailed. They liked what he did. Next thing you know, he got another contract with somebody else, and it just kind of grew.
So it says something about doing the job right.
Yeah.
First time.
And he he's taken me to some sites, and he's brought over the superintendent to say, "Hey, I want this fixed." There's a little pinhole back behind the wall here, behind this furniture, and you go, and nobody's going to see that. Well, Glenn saw it, and he says, "If I see it, someone else can see it." Just any little detail. He's very particular, and therefore we have to be very particular. Also, our change orders are, following the dollar. Our paperwork, Enterprise Rental Cars loves us because of our paperwork. It's very clean. You can follow where every penny went, and it's there's no hidden dollars.
Interesting. You're listening to Close Up on San Diego Business here on KFSD AM 1450 and financialnewsandtalk.com. I'm your host, Barry Waxler, here with my co-hosts Andrea Kay and Al Arias, and our guest is Mr. Tim Podraza from Prava Construction. So, Tim, before we went on air, you mentioned an interesting tagline that the company uses, and I'd like you to tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I think I already said it. We build what you don't have, and we improve what you do have. So it's pretty much we all need some kind of construction at some point in our growth in a company, and you're either going to consolidate floors in a big high rise, or you're going to go grab more floors.
So, I've only done it 5 times.
Well, I mean, we've got a large county here, a lot of businesses. What you described, pretty much every one of them at some point is going to need construction, and your job is in development. With your reputation, I would think then you all would be in the position to pick and choose who you do business with.
Yeah, a lot of times, yes. If it's a large bid that's out, a lot of contractors are going to go after. We most likely won't be bidding on that. We want to be more selective. We're not going to be the lowest bid very often, and there's a few times, but most of the time you're going to get the best value though from Prava. And that's what we're banking on. It's our customer service, it's our quality, it's doing things the right way, it's the truth.
The value-based proposition, I think that's great. And, I think one of the things that you told us before we got on air that evidence is what you're talking about is, now Glenn was nominated. Was he nominated, or is this over with the CEO of the year?
He's a finalist.
Finalist.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's, which publication put him up there?
San Diego Business Journal.
Wow.
And, what they're doing is they're looking at who's taking the lead in the local economy, who's helping out other businesses. It's not just about himself, and I think that's why it's easy to represent him and his company.
Right.
Is because everybody knows him and he has a great reputation. It's just easy, and I'll meet people and they'll go, "Oh, I know Glenn." And I didn't even mention his name. I'll just talk about Prava. "Oh, you work with Glenn." "Oh yeah, he's on the chamber. Oh yeah, he helped us with such and such." He's just very helpful guy.
What do you think has driven him to have such a community give back mindset?
It's just kind of who he is. It's his family. It's a family business, so it's interesting. Companies have cars and trucks, and we have company trucks. Sometimes people drive a certain way, and you recognize and you see the logo of the company, and you go, oh, that wasn't what I wanted to see, right? So what he tries to do is that everything we do is my name and our company's name. So no, it doesn't matter whether you're at work or not at work, whether you're out with your friends, whether you're at a brewery, wherever you're at, you're on. Mm-hmm. And our reputation's at stake.
It's all public image.
Yep, and especially in today's environment, it's very important. And so the good things you do get glorified too. You know, they know. He waved me in. That was a Prava construction truck.
Well, you know, if people remember you for the good things you do, you've done a great job, because typically what people remember are all the negative things that come out. That's what sticks in people's minds. So when we think about Prava Construction and the good reputation they have, that's a great job that you guys have done.
It's a fun company. I enjoy working there. I enjoy representing the company. You know, and I get to go out and sell it, and it's easy for me in terms of having a good time doing it.
Well, my hat's off to guys like you and Glenn for what you've done. You know, I can see that you employ about 25 people down there. That's great for our economy. But more than that, you know, you bring in all the subcontractors and you keep that labor going. So that really does wonderful things for our economy. And I want to just express my appreciation for it.
Thank you.
So, we are starting to run short on time. So why don't you tell our listeners how they can find out more about Prava Construction?
You can go to our website at www.pravacsi.com. And we're on LinkedIn also and Facebook. But basically, you see our signs. We're located in Carlsbad, but we'll do construction anywhere. We are the truth in construction, and give us a chance. Well, you won't regret it, and you'll want to use us more.
Great. So that's Prava, PRAVACSI.com. And Carlsbad, you work throughout the county. I see a number of great awards here. Supplier of the Year, Southern California Supplier of the Year in 2011 and 12?
Yes.
Okay. And great work. So, and you support a lot of our nonprofits too, with autism and the Blood Bank, Humane Society. So that's what we like. Some of our local companies that are really sticking their neck out to do the right thing.
Yeah. Great. Now, can people also get information about the beer socials on the website as well? How can they find out about that?
Well, if you go to the website, give us your email address and we'll send out the invites.
So you can sign up on the website.
Yes.
Okay.
Great.
Awesome.
Well, I think you can contact us on the website, and then we can.
Okay. Great. Well, let's push that, and let's get out and do something at one of your beer socials and see how we do.
All right. Sounds great. We'd love to have you.
Great. Thanks for coming in. We look forward to hearing more about it.
Great.
You are listening to Close Up on San Diego Business, where we get up close and personal with homegrown San Diego businesses and the people that are working hard to make a difference in our community. This is financialnewsandtalk.com. I'm your host, Barry Waxler. We'll be right back after the break with more homegrown business Close Up, and we will have with us Mr. Bruce Taub from the Fat Cat Beer Company.